Just a quick drop to the ground, and here you are, a kangaroo Joey born smack dab in the middle of the Australian outback. Except, hold on a second, you're not hopping around yet. Nope. You're about the size of a jelly bean, blind, hairless, and looking more like an alien experiment gone wrong than an actual kangaroo. And guess what? Mom's not gonna carry you to safety or help you out. Instead, she's like, all right, kid, your move. Your first challenge is to crawl your way up her fur and into her pouch. Did I mention you're blind? Yeah, this is basically nature's version of a Ninja Warrior course, except you're the contestant who didn't train. Somehow, though, you make it. Welcome to your new home, Mom's pouch. It's warm, sure, but it's also sticky, dark, and smells like a mix of milk and kangaroo sweat. Oh, and fun fact, it doubles as your bathroom. Glamorous, right? For the next few months, life is, well, pretty uneventful. You're just hanging out in this mobile studio apartment while Mom hops around doing kangaroo things. Occasionally, she'll stop to eat or fight off predators while you're tucked away like a little marsupial burrito. But soon enough, you start growing fur and limbs, and that's when the evictions begin. One day, Mom decides it's time for you to leave the pouch for good. No warning, no, hey kid, pack your stuff. She just stops letting you back in. You'll try to crawl back inside like, come on, Mom, I'm not ready for this. But she's like, nope, time to grow up. Tough love at its finest. Now you're out in the big wide world. Congratulations. Except it's not exactly welcoming. Everything wants to eat you. Dingoes, snakes, eagles, you name it. And let's not forget humans with their cars and fences, and that one guy who thinks it's funny to chase kangaroos for sport. Survival is now your full-time job. But hey, you've got those powerful legs now. Except they're more of a liability than an asset at first. You spend your early days tripping over yourself and face planting into the dirt while trying to figure out how to hop without looking ridiculous. And speaking of survival, let's talk about food. You've got to figure out how to eat grass like the adults do. Sound simple? It's not. Your first few bites feel like chewing on cardboard dipped in dirt. But hey, it beats starving. Soon enough, you get the hang of it. Just in time for summer to roll around and turn everything into a dry wasteland. As you grow older, life doesn't exactly get easier. If you're a male kangaroo, welcome to Fight Club. Every other dude out here wants to prove they're tougher than you, and they'll throw punches or kicks to prove it. Kangaroo fights are no joke. It's all legs and tails flying everywhere like some kind of marsupial MMA match. If you lose, well, you get kicked out of the group and have to wander around alone until you find another mob willing to take you in, or until you're strong enough to challenge someone else for their spot at the top. And if you win, congrats. Now everyone's gunning for your position. Females don't exactly have it easy either. Your life becomes an endless cycle of raising joeys who will eventually pee all over your pouch before moving on to repeat this whole miserable process themselves. And let's not forget about Australia itself, the land of extremes where everything either bites or burns you alive. Summers are scorching hot, winters are freezing cold, and water is always in short supply. Kangaroos literally lick their own arms to cool down because sweating isn't an option. By the time you reach adulthood, if you even make it that far, things settle down. Sort of. You've learned how to fight off predators and other kangaroos, find food in barren landscapes, and survive heat waves that would make most animals give up entirely. But here's the kicker. Just as you start feeling like maybe life as a kangaroo isn't so bad after all, age catches up with you. Your muscles ache, your jumps aren't as high, and suddenly those young bucks who used to look up to you are now sizing you up as their next target. And then it happens. A young challenger steps forward during one of those tense standoffs in the mob. He's brimming with energy and ambition while your legs feel like they've been through one too many fights. The duel begins, it's all kicks and tail swings, but this time, he gets the upper hand. And just like that, you're dethroned. The mob moves on with their new leader while you're left behind, nursing your bruises and wondering where it all went wrong. And then, you hear it, the faint rustle of movement behind you. You turn around slowly, and there he is. That old dingo who used to stalk your mob years ago when you were still in your prime. Only this time, he's not alone. The pack surrounds you, eyes gleaming with hunger as they close in from all sides. You brace yourself for one last fight, but deep down, you know how this ends. What a way to go. Dinner for a pack of dingoes under the cold Australian moonlight. Nature doesn't play favorites, and when it comes down to it, even kangaroos aren't safe from its brutal game of survival. From jellybean beginnings to fighting off dingoes and surviving Australia's harsh climate, it really does suck being born as a kangaroo.